That's what we're... Whoa! Massive back pain. Okay. Let's just...
You want games? Jaguar's got fast 3D 64-bit games. You want slow, flat games? No. Slow is for turtles, flat is for boards, fast and 3D is for games. Jaguar games. So scary you'll cry like a whimpering fool. But you won't feel like a fool because the games won't be flat and slow, flat, slow, flat, slow. Heard enough and get fast in 3D. Games that are now playing, games that are coming soon. Games that get a 10 because they've got a good beat and you can dance to them. You want fast 3D games? Here's an idea. Atari Jaguar, 64 bits, $159. Yeah, $159. Do the math. Let's see what this TV can do.
instructive evidence of their presence in the spaces between the stars. For eons you have followed, and they have always eluded you. Until now. Now you will face your most ancient enemy in a battle for the soul of a star.
Have you tried it?
Not yet. I'm done. Okay, here we are at E3 with Dean Fox, who's the Executive Vice President of Marketing at Atari. I'm sorry, Senior Vice President of Marketing at Atari. He's recently joined Atari. Can you tell us about what your past experience is in video game marketing?
I've actually been with Atari in the original Warner days and spent some time with them at that time running their advertising. Since then I've worked at Sega and helped start a company called Rocket Science.
What was Rocket Science responsible for?
Rocket Science was a new Hollywood, Silicon Valley startup. Very big funding, very big expectations, very exciting software.
How would you compare working with Sega to working for Atari? What are the differences that you see, and what are the benefits and drawbacks on both sides?
Well, clearly, because Sega is a Japanese company, working with a Japanese company involves a great deal more trans-Pacific diplomacy. Atari being an American company based right here in Sunnyvale, California, it's pretty easy. Everything's in one building. You can talk to everyone you need to talk to manufacturing, make things happen much faster.
Given that the Ultra 64 has been pushed back till '96, that leaves the Jaguar sort of as the sole contender in the lower price range of the next generation systems. How does Atari see that as an advantage, and what is going to be done to exploit that in marketing terms?
Well, I think it's very rare in marketing or business in general to get an opportunity like this. Frankly, there is no alternative to Atari under $300. There are a great many people who are not going to pay $300 for a game system. So it's fairly easy to exploit. We have a great system, we have great software, and we have the best price in the business.
Are we going to be seeing any more national TV ads or even local TV ads for out of the LA area?
Our advertising program is going to be the largest in Atari's current history. Very significant advertising. You'll see it everywhere. It's a national program. It involves network television, spot television, cable television, consumer print, and radio.
One of my last questions, and it's a self-motivated one. I realize Atari has plans to get on the net and possibly do a World Wide Web page. What is Atari planning to get out of the World Wide Web page and the rest of their net access? And how does marketing fit into it?
Well, historically, Atari's had a very faithful, loyal following of people from the computer days as well as the game 2600 days. And that following continues to be at the forefront of web activity. So we realize we want to keep our communications with those people as broad and deep as we can make them. The web is definitely a part of that picture. We want to let these people know because they're the ones who will spread the word about Jaguar.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the people at home regarding Atari's future and your plans and how you fit into Atari?
Well, I think if you look at the overall package of Atari products, including VR, which is definitely a breakthrough. We have the fastest tracking mechanism ever made, and at a target price point of $300 for a home system, we'll be the first in the home with real VR, immersive VR, not black and white, not non-immersive VR, but real arcade-style VR. Once you've played these games, you don't want to play any other kind of games. It's a much better experience. Jaguar will deliver so much more in terms of CD and JagLink, which is a way to play two Jaguar systems, one to another, Jag modem, 6-button controllers. We've got many, many new products coming, and it'll be a very exciting year for Jaguar.
I certainly hope so. Thank you very much, Dean.
This is the Jaguar VR system that we've been developing. Basically, as you can see, we have a helmet design or a headset design. We have sort of three special parts on this system: the optical system, the tracking system, and also the acoustic system. In terms of the tracking system, we have probably the world's highest performing tracking system, even though it's a consumer unit. This unit actually performs to a higher specification than even the industrial systems that we use in our high-performance arcade systems. And in that context, we're able to not only track the headset in real time, in fact it's at about 200 hertz, but we're also able to track joysticks as well. So that's going to provide a real richness of functionality for the unit. The second key thing is in the optics. We have a very special optics design that really utilizes the full power of the LCD display technology in here. And in that context, the system provides a very wide field, about 52 degrees, high-quality color image in the unit. So obviously it means that you don't have to have your TV set anymore. And
what is the degree of the field of view on your arcade systems?
In comparison to the field of view on the arcade system, we're running at about 70 degrees on the arcade system. So this is 52 degrees. So it's a little bit less, but nonetheless, from a high-quality LCD system at this price point, it's revolutionary. The third main feature is the acoustic system, and we're using some special loudspeaker technology that actually comes very close to one of the bones on the head, and that allows for us to get quite good acoustic response in the unit. So basically you get fabulous 16-bit and 32-bit sound. Added to the unit is the microprocessor over here, which calculates all the angles, etc., and manages the whole VR system. And basically you wear the system in front here. If I could show you, this is just the very first prototype, first time we've shown the system. So it's not in any way to be assumed that this is the production quality. But if we load up the game here, what I'll demonstrate to you, and this it's only about 2 months old, this game, but you'll see just how fast and real time the tracking system is. This is the first game we're doing called Missile Command, and as you can see, the unit is extremely responsive, and basically if you play the game, you can see that you can track very effectively and in real time, which is the first time this has ever been done at these sort of price points. And you see that you have a full-blown VR system here for the consumer.
And you say this game is only 2 months into development?
Yes.
Very, very impressive. Now, the processing unit these processors work in conjunction with the Jaguar processors?
That's right, yeah. We have a very high-performance DSP link between the two systems, and as I say, the tracking system inside here you can see is all these little sensors here, the mathematics in this is taken nearly a year to develop, just for the mathematics. So some real rocket science going on here.
Actually, two last questions for you. How did Virtuality come to choose Atari as their platform, or did Atari come to you guys to see if you guys could do something for them?
Well, basically, it was really both companies coming together, and I think we were very concerned that in producing the cost of the headset system, we were still going to keep the cost of the product down to an appreciable level. And what you basically have here is a system that's, you know, $200 to $300 plus the unit, so under $400 the whole set. And this is the first time that we've been able to reach this price point. Price point is absolutely critical to get this unit up into the volume, to get the platform very spread. You know, obviously you need a whole product offering. And the Jaguar as a 64-bit system is the only product out there, $150 now on the street, is the only product out there with a necessary price point where the headset can be added and the total is not out of the range of the consumer.
I have to say, thank you very much, John.
Black unity. White. 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 White unity. Let's play ball, baby. Yo, take it. Open. Ooh. Ooh. Get off me, chump. Oh, man. Coming at you. Yo. Ouch. Here it comes. I'm open. You're too slow. Yo. Ouch. Sweet shot. Here it comes.
Get off me.
All rim. Yo.
Get off me. Get off me. Get off me.
Sweet shot. Comet. Here it comes. Get off me, chump. Oh, man. Hands on the rim. Yo, take it. Ooh, sweet shot.
And I say to you, my brothers and sisters, hell is a deep, dark, foul-smelling prison of the damned, filled with fire and brimstone, lost souls and demons. And how do you escape this eternal damnation? You blast the nasty pink demons right between their beady little eyes.
Doom for the 64-bit Jaguar, the best Doom ever.
protective armor installed.
Welcome to Nerf Maxx Force. Get ready for action as you enter the Maxx Force virtual training facility. Start by cranking out a barrage of darts with the awesome power of Razor Beast. Or let them all fly with the Sawtooth and reload a set of 5. Come in pumping and start them jumping with the 4-barrel bite of the Rattler. Take careful aim with the laser-guided sight of the Eagle Eye and always hit your mark. In the new Maxx Force video game, you'll encounter over a dozen different machines and have access to over a dozen actual Nerf devices to complete your missions. So grab your bazooka and pump away as the rotating turrets serve up a non-stop barrage of balls. It's enough power to turn any cyber snort unit into a pile of recycled junk. The Nerf Maxx Force video game. It's Nerf to the next power.
Oh, Bob, look! What do I think? I don't know.
What's the use of even trying? You can't get a break.
New Tempest 2000.
What's that?
Only on the Jaguar 64-bit by Atari. Do the math.
Hello and welcome to the E3 Expo from Los Angeles, California. My name is Jim Marsteller for AO Magazine, and with me is the one and the only Jeff Minder from Lamasoft. Jeff, how you doing?
Not so bad, thanks.
Now, how do you feel knowing that a lot of Jaguar owners regard you as the messiah of Jaguar programming?
Well, I don't know about that. I just try and do a good job whenever I can.
Well, we're going to take a look at some of the stuff Jeff has done. And my favorite soft of the entire show, believe it or not, is not a game, but it's actually the VLM, Virtual Light Machine. We've been hearing a lot about it. This is actually it. And let me tell you, it's just fascinating. Jeff, do you want to show us some of the different methods or the different modes that we have with VLM?
Sure. Well, there are 81 different effects, arranged in 9 banks of 9 effects each. And if I just step through some of them here.
Yeah, I know the one that we saw on the Atari demo tape, the Atari dealer demo tape that was offered to a lot of the people before Christmas was nice, but it didn't really show off some of the stuff I saw at the show. Some of the things that I've been seeing today, I was like, wow. The VLM was an option where you could actually put audio and audio line directly into the VLM, so you didn't have to play a CD. Are they still talking about marketing that when the CD comes out?
Well, there's the design for that particular cartridge is done. Whether Atari will do it, I don't know. They're still thinking about it at the moment. If they don't do it, then probably the Virtual Light Company will.
Okay, so I guess we got to start sending our letters now. Defender 2000, you've got 2 modes operating right now. That's the Classic and the Defender Plus mode.
Yeah.
And you're kind of, how far are you with the 2000 version?
Well, most of the backbone of 2000 is in. The tiling generator for the parallax scrolling backgrounds is in. The perspective surface generator is in. The main sprite handling stuff is in. And the demo mode I've got, which is disabled in this version, is running 128 objects, full collision detection. You can fly the ship around, you can shoot at them. Yeah. A lot of it there. The main reason they don't want me to show it at the moment is because some of the graphics are just placeholder graphics, and we don't really want to be showing it when people might get the wrong impression. But it's looking very sweet, 60 frames a second, larger play area, larger than the screen, vertical scrolling as well as horizontal scrolling. I'm very pleased with progress so far.
Okay, so we're still on schedule for fall release of the CD?
I hope so. I'm going to have to work my butt off, but that's what I'm aiming at.
Well, a lot of people are waiting for it, Jeff, so we got to work hard. Okay, we're going to try to see if we can step back and take a look at the game now. Could you just kind of like explain the different mechanics of what we got right here? Oh, there's Flossie. And Flossie says the work is in progress.
Isn't she lovely?
Absolutely gorgeous, Jeff. Absolutely gorgeous. You got to get her back here.
Yeah, well, as we're here at the start of Plus mode, I'll demonstrate Plus first.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the AI droids. That means you've got 2 little smart helpers which fly along with the ship, and they're much more intelligent than the droid was in Tempest, which just shot things. These guys will not only shoot things for you, they'll catch falling humanoids, they'll shoot landers that are taking away humanoids and pick the humanoids up and bring them back to the ship for you.
Great, let's see some.
Okay, let's go. A lightning laser, that's a very useful weapon. Got a lot of firepower.
Wow, it's really moving fast.
And the objective here is to try and keep 60 frames a second throughout the whole game.
Am I moving so fast? Am I moving so fast, keep 60 frames a second?
Yeah, we're going to keep 60 frames.
Now, what do you call this? No, I know in Tempest we called it Melto-Vision. What do you call these graphics effects that you're seeing back here, like the Aurora in the background?
Okay, the Aurora comes from the same school as Melto-Vision. I don't really know what to call it, I just call it the Aurora. But basically it's done by plotting a line of pixels with the intensity varying at the bottom, then scrolling it upwards whilst reducing the intensity. It's a very similar effect to Melto-Vision, but we can get it to run in phrase mode, so it runs very quickly.
Almost looks like a psychedelic fire or something.
Absolutely. Well, I had a bit of bandwidth left over, so I thought might as well use it up in making it psychedelic, hence that and the little plasma down the bottom there.
Okay, for the diehard people, how about taking a look at the classic mode of Defender?
You better than that.
Yeah, we have one.
Okay, now this is classic Defender. As you can see, it's identical as far as I can remember back to the early 80s. Of course, I haven't played Defender in a long time, but I know Jeff has, since he has a full-size coin-op back at his pad.
And there might be a few minor tweaks to do to get it absolutely identical, but it's pretty much there right now.
How long did it take you to port the original game directly over to the Jaguar?
Oh, that was done in a couple of weeks. It was just a warm-up. I thought, might as well get the classic one going first. On a system as powerful as Jaguar, I mean, it's trivial.
Okay, well, you heard from the man himself. Jeff would like to thank you very much for talking to us, and we can't wait for Defender 2000. Thanks again.
We must stop the evil war machine that's crushing our cities, destroying our defenses, blowing up innocent trees. I'm trying, man.
Iron Soldier, only on the 64-bit Jaguar.
Attention Maverick Assault Commander. Your mission is to insert a combat squad of 4 troopers and conduct a search and destroy operation. A raiding party of Dalat commandos has attacked us. They hit the Fleet Transit Maintenance Complex on Regolon 3. The Dalat are preparing this location to be the base of operations for an all-out assault. If we don't recapture this planet, the entire star system could fall under their domination. Your primary objective is to locate the enemy force and destroy them. No prisoners, no quarter, just shake and bake. The only chance we have to mount an effective counterattack is to prevent the enemy from coordinating their forces in the sector. In addition, you are encouraged to lay waste to any and all military assets the enemy can make use of. I know this is a tough assignment, but you men are the best hope we have.
Readings on a rangefinder.
Cargo A, airlock is damaged. Shield failure, starboard bow.
Doors locked, blow it up.
When authorized.
Hi there, we're here with Tim Huntsman from Beyond Games. They're the developers that are bringing us Ultra Vortex and eventually Battle Wheels for the Jaguar. We just have a few questions for Tim regarding Ultra Vortex and their work on the Jaguar. Tim, first question. Ultra Vortex has been in development a long time, and a lot of people are asking why. It seemed like it was done for quite some time, and we just wanted to know what were the improvements that you've made to make it that much better.
From start to finish, there were a couple of problems. One of them was with software itself, like development software, that had to come up with a lot of things, build it from the ground up. There's not a whole lot of things to help out programmers. At the time when we first got the development system, started working on it. And then as we were going along, we just figured out how to to digitize, get better imagery, and, working with the hardware to be able to do more things, and, figure out how to do the CD sound and, good quality. And we just decided that we're not going to release a half-done crappy game. So, it had to take a little more time, and we decided to take more time to finish it up.
Sounds like a good idea. The game plays really well. I understand you're responsible for at least the design and concept behind a lot of the game and the plot. What is it besides the concept work that you do at Beyond Games?
Kind of like the writer, the storyboarder, just concepts, ideas. I take care of a lot of the PR work. I don't know, a lot of people have probably talked to on the internet, and stuff like that. So just kind of all around, everything but.
Sounds good. One final question. Can you comment at all about what's coming up next for you guys and the Jag?
We're probably more than likely 99.9% sure that we're going to do Battle Wheels for it. Because, I don't know, people that have played it on the links, it's a pretty fun game, especially playing a multiplayer. And since the Jag can network and, you can actually play Battle Wheels multiplayer, split screen, get 4 people going at one time.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure people are really happy to hear that this is going to be out by the end of June, you said?
Yeah, hopefully. We'll be done with this in about a week and a half, so.
Thank you very much.
Let's try it again.
We're going to get direct video feed, but we don't know any special moves. We got to get the special moves. Alienation moves. That was a new background too, wasn't it?
Oh, it's a secret. Okay. Yeah, with buzzsaw too, if you're in the air, you're passing, pull down and hit, I think, grab it. It's awesome.
Should have a sound effect for the line there.
That's the victory mark. He's quietly contemplating his victory.
Yeah, the grid sounds really cool.
Oh! I gotta think.